Hey everybody, welcome to Apex Legends, the newest free-to-play battle royale to drop in. God, that was so forced. Oh, Jesus. This is like, what, the 5th free-to-play battle royale to come out in the past 6 months? Something like that. There's actually, literally, too many to keep track of at this point. This is a post-commentary not only because I have some thoughts on this game, but I actually don't know what a live commentary video would actually sound like. I guess that's something to think about for potential videos. But I have been playing this game on and off since launch. I've played around 4 hours, maybe more, just trying to learn mechanics and just get better as a whole, which I'm pretty sure says way more than anything I'm about to say in this video. I guess I should preface this video by saying, I hate battle royale games with a fiery passion. I think they're overrated, not fun, run-of-the-mill shooters, and generally, overall, just a cash grab concept that anyone can make for a big revenue spike. See Epic making $3 billion in 2018. I've played the Fortnites, I've played the Blackouts, I even tried out the Realm Royale. Hate them all. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, maybe I'm out of touch with the gaming community, maybe I'm just an old guy yelling at PlayerUnknown to get off his lawn. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's actually, yes, it is just me, probably. But to me, they're just terribly rushed cash grabs aimed at children a la Takeshi 6ix9ine. So the fact that I actually want to keep playing this and get better, and that I'm actually excited to see what they do next, that speaks volumes above anything I'm going to say. That being said, I do have some pros and cons written down. The cons are more a statement on battle royales as a whole. My problems with them, at least. So there is that. Pros, I got quite a bit. I got a bit of them. They kind of tie into each other. So I might overlap, but let's just jump right into them. Pros, number 1. In a sea of battle royales, this is my great white whale. That's a Moby Dick reference for those... everybody. For everybody, it's a Moby Dick reference. I just got through saying why I hate battle royales. They're just the same thing. It's just the same thing. There's nothing refreshing. The only thing refreshing about them is Fortnite, and that's because of the cartooniness and over-the-top colors and stupidity of it all. This game is a breath of fresh air in more ways than one because it takes the formula and almost Full Metal Alchemists it into something differently, yet the same. That's a bad analogy. I'm just shooting from the hip at this point, free balling, like Kobe. Yeah, it's refreshing. It is a refreshing game to play. Like I said, I played a bunch of other ones. They just fell flat for me. It's all because it's the same thing over and over and over again. Blackout tries to make it its own thing with tying in the Call of Duty lore and franchise and the people in there, but it doesn't really work. It's just it's a more polished PUBG, and this game is what Realm Royale should have been before they changed it to be like every other battle royale game. Hi-Rez should have kept that game what it was, and you basically would have had this game mixed with Blackout, and that might have been like a home run for them. But it's not. It's the same. It's garbage. And I believe the reason why this one stands out is because Pro the Second, this is made by a company that knows what they're doing. Respawn Games knows how to make a good multiplayer game. They did it, at least, to my knowledge, twice before. Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2. They know what they're doing. They know how to make guns feel like guns. That doesn't really make sense in this instance. But if you've played Call of Duty and you've played like Battlefield and other like PUBG and stuff like that, you'll know that sometimes they give them crazy recoil on them guns to an extent where it's not predictable. Even though they say it's supposed to be incredibly predictable, they're lying. This game, I forgot who they got for it, but they got somebody like a pro to like help them out with it. There's predictable recoil. You can tell where the shots are going because it acts like a normal gun. I assume. I've never used a gun. There, I've said it. Shame me. Or don't, because it's a choice. Whatever. But when you fire a gun, it goes straight up. The kick is upwards in a straight line. That's what this game does. And it works. Respawn also knows how to make a good control scheme. How to make the controls feel real good. Like, that might not sound like a lot, but it's a whole hell of a lot for a first-person shooter. Titanfall does it very well. And it's because Respawn knows what they're doing. Awesome segue time. Speaking of Respawn, it's a thing. One of my biggest problems with Battle Royale games is you go, join server, takes like 30 seconds to find a game because everybody's goddamn playing it. You jump in, you go, where are we dropping, mates? I don't know why I went British for it. It's, terrible choice. We go, where are we dropping it, everybody? And you drop down and you do your thing. Maybe you go on 5-10 minutes. Pew 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 pew. Haha. Fortnite dance. Default skin. Meme. And then you die. And then it's like, well, okay, the game is over. Now I'm kicked back to the lobby, I guess. Great. Now I gotta sit through another 30 seconds of finding a game and finding a new squad and all this other BS. Respawns make it so much better. And in this game, particularly, it's very balanced. You get downed, you stay down, you crawl for a little bit, you bleed out, or you get taken out by the enemy team, and you leave behind your banner. Your teammate picks up the banner, and they take it to a revive station, and they revive you, but that revive takes a whole 9-10 seconds, in which you are completely vulnerable to everything around you. So you could easily just die, and now you and your teammate, maybe teammates, are dead, and maybe your whole squad is dead, and you're kicked back to the lobby. Its respawn mechanics needed to be a thing in some aspect to these games. This game, like I said, it's a breath of fresh air. They took the formula, turned it on its head. Blackout tried a similar thing with its limited time mode. I think it was down but not out. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. That was just a cluster. Yeah, that wasn't great. Oh, your entire squad's dead? Well, that sucks. Just wait for the next round to start, and they'll all be respawned near you. That's garbage. You end up with like all 100 players being alive by the final round. That's terrible. That's garbage. Oh boy, but I like the respawn thing. I like respawns. I think I said it on Twitter. It was like, if Battle Royales had you respawn, I would play them more than I do, which at that time was not at all. The thing is, if you had respawning people, there would be no way to get a winner because it's the last one standing. I get that. I know that. The only way I could see implementing respawn is limited number of respawns, maybe get 3 lives, but then the games take like an hour to play, and nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to play Battlefield 3 again. Anyway, on to the next topic, the jump master mechanic. Another big thing in Battle Royales is that jump. You jump off, you dive. Ah, where are we dropping, mates? Again, don't know why I'm British now. But it's always, unless you're communicating with your team or you're in a clan or a pre-made, you and that team of randos isn't going to land in the same spot. The jump master mechanic makes it so the 3 of you, your 3-piece, land in the same spot. Now you can actually opt out and solo dive, and that's fine too. I've had many a game where one of my teammates is just like, screw this, I'm going away, and they land like 1,000 yards away, and it's like, well, good luck getting back here, bud. The maps aren't that big, or the map isn't that big, so that's not really a problem. It's just a hassle going into a fight down one member already, and being down one member because that guy was an idiot and decided, I'm gonna go over there, check out that loot. Like, alright, thanks, healer, bye. Jump master mechanic is very good. I like it. I enjoy it. It's the only part of this game that is like nerve-wracking outside of the actual gameplay. Like, it's paranoia fuel. You get down to like the last 6 squads, it's like, oh god, where they could be anywhere, especially if you have seen no one the entire match. It's a harrowing experience. Next up is unlockables are actually pretty easy to get. They are a bit grindy, but they are fairly easy to get. Yeah, they've got the microtransactions garbage like every single game. Every single Battle Royale game has it. You knew it was gonna happen. But a lot of the cosmetic unlockables can be unlocked with crafting medals, which you get out of loot boxes, which you get for leveling up. Yeah, you can buy them, but you can like there is an optional way to get them. Like I said, it is a bit grindy because you only get like maybe 15 to 30, depending on the rarity that you get. I haven't gotten like the legendary one, so I don't know if there is a legendary crafting medals. Who knows? I don't know if this is like Overwatch, where it's like, oh, that's a legendary. Oh, it's just 500 gold. Yay. Or Overwatch bucks or O-bucks or whatever the hell that's called in that universe. Also a good thing about them are the cosmetic tiers are actually distinct. Like, rare looks a lot different than common. Common is just like a palette swap of the regular skin, but rare, it actually puts a different pattern on it and it looks real good. And then you have epic tier, which puts different patterns on it, but they move. And of course you have legendary, acting like legendary should in every single game, looking different. Like actually changing the overall design of the character. They look good. I read a Forbes article. Humble brag. I read a Forbes article that was like, this isn't gonna save EA because they're basically complaining about cosmetics and how they weren't really worth the grind, man. It's like, shut up, Forbes, stay in your lane. I like them. I like it. And there's a bunch of stuff to unlock with the crafting medals. It's really good. You can unlock the borders, you can unlock the poses, you can unlock final blows, which is a thing in this game. I don't think that's in any other Battle Royale. You walk up to a downed enemy and you hold the insert button here for whatever game, console or platform you're playing on, and it's a cinematic event. It's really neat. It takes a little bit. It does, and it could get you killed, and you can... I have actually seen a teammate get downed. The enemy procs their final blow, or whatever, fatal blow, whatever it is. Maybe it's Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Maybe their soul is yours. But they go through it, and they go through the animation. I just walk up, went pop. I punched them in the back of the head and sent them flying across the room, and they were downed. Did the Mortal Kombat fatality on them, and then revived my teammate and went about the game. Those are hilarious. I love it. But you can unlock those with crafting medals. There's a bunch of stuff that you can unlock that will keep you unlocking things for quite a while, unless you're just going to spend like a few $100s on the in-game currency and be like, I'm going to unlock this, unlock this, unlock this. Although I don't think you can unlock those with the real-world currency. I have no idea. But the biggest pro I can say about this game, the biggest breath of fresh air, is the champions. I mean heroes. I mean legends. They're legends. Legend, wait for it. Haha, memes. This game is like Borderlands impregnated Player Unknown, and now that that visual is inside your head, I'm glad. I will sleep happy tonight. I don't know what, it's like 2 in the morning I'm recording this. Don't mind me. This is what got me hyped for this game. Saw the, like, oh, it's a free-to-play. Oh, let me check it out. Let me check some gameplay on Mixer. Not sponsored. Unless they want to. But I checked out some gameplay, and I was like, oh, it looks neat. Oh, that looks really cool. Wait, that guy just used an ability. What the what? He just put down a shield. What? He just put down a dome shield like he's freaking Winston. What is that? She just phase shifted. What the hell is this? That's what got me to play this game, and that's what continues to make me have the urge. It gives me the urge to play this game. It's the legends. There's such an interesting concept that I don't know why people didn't think of putting classes in their battle royales. Spoilers, Hi-Rez did with Realm Royale's first inception, Paladins : Royale with cheese or whatever the hell it was called, where you would get a random selection of random champions, and you could pick from that slot and they would have the abilities. That would have made this game, that game, the same as this game, and I think would have pissed Respawn off because they were working on for like 2 years with this thing under wraps completely. Nobody knew about it. But the legends, I hope they add more in the future. I hope they add more because there's 2 locked right now. I hope there's more to come. Let's get through the cons real quick. There's not a lot, and basically they're all talking about battle royales. But my problem with this game, number 1, it's a battle royale, which is code word for first come first served. In battle royales, you land, if you don't find a weapon almost immediately within the first minute to minute and a half, you might as well be dead because you're probably not gonna survive. Melee damage, not that great. Not that great. And especially in this game where some weapons feel better than others. That's weird to say. Like, I've gotten one of the quote-unquote basic pistols and killed somebody who was using, like, an SMG. It depends on what you get, honestly. So I would say first come, first served. Asterisks, depending on what you get served, you know? Next up, another big problem. It's a battle royale, which is also code word for the map is fairly bland. There's not a lot of color to it. I dig it. I can dig it because I love the Borderlands series, and it reminds me a lot of Pandora. Specifically, the area with Ellie in Borderlands 2. It reminds me a lot of that sort of aesthetic. I can dig it. But again, it's like every other battle royale. It's like PUBG, it's like Blackout. Not like Fortnite, because Fortnite is colorful and for children like Takeshi. But, you know, they try to do their own thing. Like, Blackout's obvious big thing is that it's Call of Duty based, or it is Call of Duty. So they have their iconic maps from Black Ops in that. So it's like, oh, I'm in Nuketown. I know this place from the multiplayer. Or, oh, I'm in Array. I remember that from Black Ops 1. It's a sort of nostalgia feel for it, so I guess that kind of works, but most times the maps are fairly bland. They're not very interesting to look at. I don't remember most places in this game, although I haven't really played it that long. Like the Swamp Marsh, where it looks like, I think that's the best way to call it. The swamp. It's like the houses up on stilts. It's that area, whatever that is. And there's like a bunch of mechanical areas. And the one area that looks like the burned down area in 7 Days to Die. I don't know what that's called, but it's like a burnt forest with a burned down house. I'm like, that looks exactly like 7 Days to Die. Somebody's gonna sue somebody. And Respawn will probably win. Next up, it's a Battle Royale by Respawn, which means no Titanfall 3. That kind of sucks. Titanfall 1 and 2 have a very good, very, very good campaign mode. And, of course, a good multiplayer experience. So it's kind of, this is a nitpicky one, yes. Granted. I almost feel like they could have taken the assets from this with all the characters that they have, the 8 that they have now. And if they just cut the map up into like 7 different tiny maps, they could have had a classic 5v5, 6v6 Titanfall spin-off. But then again, the meme that the Apex Legends blog tweeted out of the jealous girlfriend meme, where the guy is looking at the other girl, and the other girl is, Epic Games made $3 billion in revenue in 2018. It's like, that's why they did it. That's why they did it. Last one is the biggest concern of all, and it's not that it's a battle royale, it's that it's published by EA and has microtransactions. Those two don't go well. I know we're quite a ways away from the Battlefront 2 debacle, but EA doesn't learn from its mistakes. It doubles down on that. It's not as bad as Activision, but it's still EA. So I'm really, really fingers crossed, hoping that they don't go like, hey, look at this awesome skin for this one character. You like it? Cool, give us $20. Yes, that's a reference to the quote-unquote leaked Anthem skins DLC that they'll be releasing. Ooh boy, EA's gonna kill that game real hard. I'm just hoping if they implement more things, I hope it's not driven by EA, I hope it's driven by Respawn. In conclusion, the game looks great. I love the aesthetic, I love Borderlands, so it fits right. It hits me really good in the sweet spot. It plays great. The controls feel great. I know that doesn't really mean much. I think I said it before, but it means a hell of a lot for a first-person shooter to play great and feel great. And just overall, it is great. And it's free, best of all. Hopefully they keep adding in Legends, almost like a pseudo DLC thing. Like I feel like they currently have it, where it's like, oh, there's 750 in-game currency, which is $10. To unlock one of them. So hopefully they do that, and hopefully they add daily and weekly challenges, so the grind for craft medals isn't that bad. Yeah, it's stealing from Fortnite and all the other ones, but you kind of need it. The only bad thing I could really say is there are server hiccups every so often, most notably lag, but that's to be expected in a game that it has this much hype surrounding it, and it launching with almost no fanfare, which is insane to be under wraps for like 2 years with nobody saying anything. But overall, it's easily a 9 out of 10. It's a game that I can get behind and support for years to come. So, that'll do it for this. This was my, I guess, first impressions. I guess we'll say. I have been playing it for a good 4 hours, maybe more, so maybe first impressions. I'm not even level 10 yet, which I think the cap is 50, so there's that. It's just my thoughts. There. It's not first impression. It's just thoughts on Apex Legends. I love it. It's my favorite Battle Royale game. That is not saying much, but it's still saying something, I guess. Right? Yeah, that's how that works. I hate Battle Royales, but this is my favorite one. Again, it's I give it an A. I'll give it a solid A. It's not A+ yet, but it's an A. I'd like to see, you know, more Legends. They said they have big plans for the future, so there is that. We'll see. There's like a million+ players playing within the first 8 hours of its launch. That's great. That's incredibly great. So I can't wait to see more of this game and play more of it and get better, and hopefully do live commentary videos for you all when I get better and can actually win some things. I've come close several times. I've gotten like top 4, and at one point I was like top 2. I was number 2, and we lost the round because of better players than me. Clearly. But that all comes in time. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, super kick that like button. Check out my channel for more videos I have done. If you like what you see, subscribe. Go download this game. It's free. Like I said, it's on Xbox, PlayStation 4, PC. It's probably on Origins, which is like the biggest downfall for it on PC, but go download it anyway. It's not gonna corrupt your hard drive like a certain other EA game that's coming out. Whoopsie, Anthem. And until next time, goodbye.